Okay, hi, welcome back. I'm Val, and I'm here with another video, which is kind of crazy because it was kind of gloomy earlier. And then I was like, I don't want to film anymore. And then I was kind of getting a little bit upset about something. And then, look, the sun is out, sky appeared, and the lighting is better so I can film. And I'm like, okay, so maybe I need to get this message out, which is going to be two videos that I'm doing. So this is going to be the first one because this is really fresh on my mind right now. I wanted to like really quickly talk about how the divine communicates with us. I don't know why this is just so powerful for me right now, and I guess this is something that needs to be shared. So just a little bit ago, I was going through some sort of annoyance with something I had saw. Okay. It was something, it was a religious posting that deemed astrology, divination, etc. And I'm very well aware that there are many people who don't agree nor believe in what it is that I do. And sometimes it's frustrating to me, and it makes my heart a little sad, which is what occurred in this situation now. Okay. So as I see this post, I go through these feelings, and immediately I hear, why? Why do you feel this way, Val? What's what is the issue with this post and with what they've said? And I kind of I'm questioning this voice and explaining to myself, well, you know, it makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong. It makes me feel like people don't believe me, okay? Because there's just this negativity surrounding um this field, I guess you can say. So it made me start to feel like I was a little bit small and less than, and almost infantile. So as I'm going through this questioning of myself, this voice keeps asking, well, why do you need to believe what that you don't believe what she believes in? Or you don't quite agree with what she believes in. Do you see her any different? I'm like, no, I just see her as somebody who has different beliefs than me. And it was just like, then why should you see yourself any different? And why should somebody else's opinion or viewpoint of life dictate your viewpoint on life? This thought continues to go deeper, and just the beautiful uniqueness of our individualism in our life experiences, and how special it is to differ in thought and to not think the same, and to um, and how amazing it is. This is just like coming through now, but just how amazing it is to see. It's beautiful to see the energy that people put into the things that they believe in. So just as she's done with what she believes in, I've done to what I believe in. And there's a really beautiful thing that the divine sees, regardless of belief. It's the energy and that passion that we have towards the things that we love, meaning God, meaning spirit, meaning self. So that was really special thing that occurred. But that was like a little spiel, actually a big spiel, to what I was going to say about this communication and how God, Spirit, the divine, our higher selves communicate through us, and even other entities, and even, um, for lack of better words, like evil spirits, or what people could call the devil. I call it the ego. How these energies communicate with us. It's interesting. Like, you hear a lot of, be mindful of your thoughts, and this is so important because this is like our clear channel from spirit, our crown chakra. This is how the divine sends us messages, and we feel messages through our body as well, through these responses, these visceral feelings. But having a clear mind makes it really easy to collect and discern information. So, as I was having these thoughts, or getting that annoyance, then this voice, this thought comes in of my higher self, the divine, trying to clear up the mud of what I've been feeling, trying to give me clarity. Okay, so the spirit divine speaks to us through thought. It doesn't sound like another person's voice. It might, I don't know. For me, it doesn't. For me, it sounds like my own thoughts, which I'm, I don't know if my thoughts sound like my voice or not. I'm not really sure. It just sounds like a thought. Like I know it's a thought. I know people identify this as claircognizance as well, which I believe is a spiritual gift that I have, is to um, is clear thought and or clear knowing, whichever one. Maybe it's both for me, which I think I might be wrong, but it's just my belief. But that's how the divine speaks through me. That's how it speaks through a lot of people. We just don't recognize that as so. So, paying attention to the thoughts, what are the thoughts saying? Because it's like when you have an issue and you get that divine inspiration, or you get this random like thought or idea, that is your spirit, that is your higher self connecting with you. Okay. But the same falls true on the ego and manipulative entities, and that feeling of anger, or immediately jumping to conclusions of that are not helpful or beneficial to you or the people around you. That's not going to be spirit. That's not a divine energy. That's most likely going to come from the ego, these are parts of ourselves that we don't recognize. So identifying what is controlling us is also a part of where you get the opportunity to recognize where you are shifting into both light and dark sides of yourself. But yeah, the divine communicates through us through thoughts. The ego communicates through us through thoughts, and other of those manipulating forces can manipulate us through thought, and we think it's ourselves, but it's not. That's why it's so important to have discernment and recognize who is who, what is what, which is which. Also, the divine communicates us through signs. Synchronicities is what a lot of us call them, those reoccurring patterns, those coincidences that aren't coincidences. That's how spirit connects with us, and um, um, what is it? Speaks to us. Another way is how I feel like the divine speaks through me is through music, through words. Um, Random songs will come in that I never heard of, but the lyrics in the songs sound so clear to the point where it's almost like the background, the instrumentals don't exist. It's just words, and the words are so clear. That's why, again, music is really important to pay attention to. What is going on, what is coming through, what are you collecting, because that can also alter your states of consciousness and being. Um, yeah, so music is important communicating tool for me. Um, I'm curious as to that for myself. I don't know about you and other people who communicate spiritually with music. I can with just frequency music communicate in that way. It's like I feel like um I'm receiving information through some just frequency music, frequency sounds, but also through normal music. I'll shuffle a song if I'm like, the spirit, what do I need to hear right now? I'll shuffle a song and something will pop up, and I'm like, dang, I really needed this. So you can use that tool for yourself too. But yeah, but another way is through um, like words, whether that's me writing, or I could just be, I don't know how to explain this one very well, but it's like I could be thinking of something, and then immediately I'll turn to something and there's like words there, and I'll know that is specifically for me. I was driving down the highway, and then I was thinking about something I can't really remember, and I saw a sign on the highway. It said we're here with you. And I'm like, I know obviously this is the divine speaking to me. Or like recently in one of my videos, I was what I was just doing a reading, doing a message, and I looked up at a book and it said find your calm, and that was the message that I was talking about. Didn't even pay attention to that ever before, and then I look, find your calm. So these little ways spirit speaks through us, the divine speaks to us through numbers is a really popular way. You'll hear angel numbers, which angel numbers are not just 333 444 555. They angel numbers can be any number, any series of numbers that you've seen. um, Constantly there are messages there within that. Spirit speaks to us through other people. Okay, you'll hear this a lot. Okay, I receive a lot through other people. Oh my goodness, it's like some of the most random interactions I have with people, and they are just like just channeling, just like complete, and they probably don't even know what's going on. And it's like my eyes get really big, and I'm like, oh my God, this is God in the flesh. Like it's so crazy. It's so awesome. But yeah, there's a multitude of ways. I could actually just keep talking about this. This is actually so crazy because as I'm talking, just more ways that I feel like I recognize the divine speaking through me is just coming up through animals, through just nature. Yeah. It's like our it varies from person to person. Not everybody's going to have the same experience as me when it comes to receiving messages from spirit. It looks different across the board. Okay. So for me, it's going to look different than it might look for you. But that's like the beauty of it. Like, who knows how you could be receiving messages from spirit? Like, you could be receive them from dreams, which is really awesome. You could receive it from like maybe it's like from taste. I don't know. But for me, those are the few ways that I communicate with the divine. And discerning these messages, because like I said before, you might think it's just you and your thought. That's something I've been working on for a long time. It's because sometimes I just feel so crazy because I'm like, oh my gosh, like, is this my thought or is this something more? And that just comes with you having this discussion. I don't know, like, when it became so strange or why it became so strange to have conversation with yourself, but I think it's so important because you kind of need to know where these thoughts are coming from and why. Like, uh, I'm about to make another video, like I said, and this kind of touches on an energetic way that our thoughts can be manipulated because I feel like right now, energetically, we are going through a kind of a darker time. You might be too. I want to talk about it, so we'll talk about it. But I think it's important to find out why and where and who these voices are coming from. Like, I don't have any names. Like, I can't say, oh yeah, my spirit guide, Shumaluma from the star Shumaduma D is speaking to me. I can't tell you that information, but I can, with a little bit of confidence. It just, that's like the thing too. It takes confidence. I can, with a little bit of confidence, decipher energetically where these thoughts and patterns are coming from. And then sometimes it's hard because the ego is tricky. These trickster energies are really tricky and will really try to, ooh, I'm gonna talk about it in the next video. Ooh, we're talking about it in the next video. Matter of fact, let's sign off now. Tell me about the ways that you believe the divine communicates with you because I'd love to hear it. And yeah, oh yeah, that was kind of a sign as well for me. Like, the change of the weather, like the that was like a clear energetic shift change that occurred. Like, i was I was so excited to film the video. The camera wasn't working, lighting was really bad. I saw the post, I started getting kind of annoyed, and I'm like, oh, I'm not filming anymore. And then all of a sudden the sun shines. I'm like, girl, you better sit your butt down and pull the camera out. So yeah, that's another way of paying attention, listening to receive from the divine. So I'm gonna keep that here. Go check out my next video. If you want a reading from me, book with me. I'd love to give you a message. This is what I do. This is what I love. Okay. So check me out my next video in 3, 2, 1. Peace.